Hey y'all! So today I'm so excited about this video. I'm doing a review slash first impression slash swatches of the new Jaclyn Hill face palette and eye palette. So these are the two, and I'm sure you've seen what they look like. Here's the face palette. Here is the eyeshadow palette. But if you want to hear my thoughts, if you want to see me applying them to my face, which by the way, I'm wearing, like my makeup today is done with those palettes. If you want to see me applying them, if you want to see swatches, and if you want to hear my thoughts on this, then go ahead and keep watching. First, let's talk about the eye palette, just because that's what I used first. Is so pretty. It's like gold and it has Becca by Jaclyn Hill. Really reflective. The only negative is that it gets fingerprints, like you can already see, but that's okay. I love that it's so compact. Like this is going to be perfect for traveling. When you open the palette, it looks like this. It has 5 colors and it also comes, I can't find the little insert that it comes with. But it's okay because the back of the palette, I don't know if it's too reflective, has the names of everything. The first color is Chardonnay. It's a really nice highlight color. The next color is Champagne Toast. The next color is Cordial. Beautiful transition. This one is Cognac or Cognac. So Cognac. The last one is Bordeaux. And again, I used all of these on my eye. I really, really like this palette. Here are swatches of the eyeshadow. This first one is Chardonnay. It's such a pretty inner corner highlight. It reminds me of MAC Nylon. This next one is Champagne Toast. This is a perfect all over the lid shade. This one swatched is Cordial. Love this transition shade. And this one is Cognac. The last one is Bordeaux. I love this eyeshadow. I think it's actually like perfect for travel. Here we go. Also, look how well these colors go together. This is seriously like a perfect color scheme. It just looks like subtle and natural, but pretty. So I guess my thoughts on this palette, let me open it and show you. My thoughts are, I really, really like this palette. I think it's perfect for travel. I'm actually about to go on a pretty big trip and I don't want to pack a lot at all. And I just think these colors are so pretty and perfect. I will say, if you're looking for a really versatile palette, I don't think this is it. I mean, you can achieve different looks. Like you can definitely make it more dramatic. you know, you can have an all matte look. You can only have this like a one eyeshadow tutorial. So you can do a bunch of different looks, but as for like versatility of colors, it's not gonna be anything, you know, like crazy, like a pop of color. But I really, really, really appreciate it because I'm sure a lot of us are the same. I just really gravitate towards neutrals. Another thing I'm gonna say is these shadows are like, for some reason I thought they were gonna be powdery. I knew they were gonna be pigmented, or I didn't know, but like I had a feeling they were gonna be pigmented, but they are a lot less powdery than I thought. Somehow the mattes feel softer. Like when I swatched them with my finger, they felt softer than the shimmers. These felt a little rough, but when I was applying it, I didn't have a problem with any of them. I really like Champagne Toast. It's so pretty, and I don't know, I really like the eye look that I did today. Overall, I would say, here's my swatches. Overall, I would say if you want a really travel friendly, I mean, look how small, like, look how small this is. It's so compact. It's perfect. The mirror size is like perfect to see your eye makeup. If you want something travel friendly and neutral, I would say go for this. And I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna take this with me traveling. Next, we are going to talk about the face palette that she and Becca launched. I love gold and white together. So it comes like this. It comes with a backlight primer. And then I just put my face makeup on. The Jouer Matte Moisture Tint, and I am in Beige Natural. I also used a little bit of Urban Decay Concealer. Gorgeous palette. First of all, this mirror is perfect. Like, I could just do my makeup with this mirror and be done. This mirror is perfect. Here are the colors. This one is Rosé Spritz. For blush, I'm gonna use this one. Pretty. This is a really pretty color. I'm tan, and this still shows up on me. So, oh my gosh, I really like this color. And it has a nice sheen. So it's a nice subtle blush color. It's subtle on me again because I'm tan. And this is what it looks like. It looks pigmented there, and it's still pigmented, but since I'm tan, it kind of comes off a little bit more subtle, but it's so pretty. I've actually never used Becca blushes, so I'm glad I got my hands on this palette. Okay, so that was Rosé Spritz. I'm gonna use this as my bronzer. This is Amaretto. And for my highlight, I'm gonna use the new one, which is Prosecco Pop. And the last one is Pamplemousse. And I meant to do this actually, okay, I meant to do this before the video started. I don't know what Pamplemousse is. I don't know like what it means. So let's look it up. Pamplemousse. I heard some people pronounce it Pamplemousse. Pamplemousse, Pamplemousse, okay. Okay, so it says pamplemousse is the French word for grapefruit. Yeah, pamplemousse means grapefruit. If anyone was wondering, like, I kept on hearing pamplemousse, pamplemousse, and I was like, cool, but what does it mean? Okay, those were the blushes. This first blush this first highlight right here is Champagne Pop. I love Champagne Pop. It's definitely like my favorite highlighter. Although I will say this one is Prosecco Pop. And as you can see, and as you've heard and researched, as I have, Prosecco Pop is more golden than Champagne Pop. Champagne Pop is definitely peachier, and Prosecco Pop is golden. But here are the swatches. This first one is Rosé Spritz. This one is Amaretto. And this last one is Pamplemousse, or Pamplemousse is actually probably how it's pronounced. The highlighters, this first one right here is Champagne Pop. And this next highlight, Prosecco Pop. So here's a clear difference between the two. This is Champagne Pop. This one is Prosecco Pop. As you can see, Prosecco Pop is definitely more golden. Champagne Pop is the peachy one. I'm gonna swatch Champagne Pop and the pan just to see if they're the same. I mean, you would think that they would, also I'm sweating, so. You would think that they'd be exactly the same, but I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch it. Champagne Pop. Oh, I love this highlighter, y'all. This is the original Champagne Pop. This is the one in the palette, and yes, they look the same. This is Prosecco Pop. They look the same to me. I don't know. So again, this is Rosé Spritz. That's the color I'm wearing as a blush right now. It's so pretty. I love light pink colors like this, and I feel like the shimmer in it, because it's not a matte blush, really makes the highlighter, like, I don't know, it just feels so glowy and summery. I really like this color, and it's really soft, yet it still shows up on my skin, because I know I honestly am tan. Like, what? I have tan skin, so I know sometimes, I'm looking at my mirror down here, but I know sometimes lighter blushes might not show up on everyone, but even so, like, they don't look light in natural daylight. Like, I'm filming in front of a window, and these are coming up pretty true to color. So it's not like a super light blush anyway. So I love it. That's what I'm wearing. Amaretto. This is like a bronzer color, but you could also wear it as blush. I love wearing bronzer as blush. I do it a lot, actually, and I think it's really pretty. I barely used any today, honestly. You saw in the demo, I barely used any, so I'm gonna have to play around with it. But the texture of Becca's powders is so finely milled, and they kind of just like sweep on your skin or sweep on your face or whatever, like really nice and effortless. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, I think it makes sense. And if y'all have ever felt or have like a shimmering skin perfector, like the highlights, they are like my favorite. So anyway, 3 blushes. Amaretto is really nice for a bronzer. I would totally use it as a blush. And Pamplemousse, I'm kind of scared of, but I think it's gonna be really pretty. I'm gonna have to use it, and I'll update y'all. I kind of want to put some on right now. Should I put some on? Okay, I'm gonna put some on. It's not gonna be the exact true color since I am wearing the Rosé Spritz, but I kind of can't help it. So I'm gonna take, that's like 1 tap, like 1 dab. Okay. Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah. So this, oh my gosh, sorry. I just keep on like, this is gonna sound really vain. I keep on like catching a glimpse of myself in the viewfinder, and it's such a pretty pop of color. So this one is the one with Pamplemousse. It's just pinkier and a little bit more bold. I'm gonna put a little bit too much here. See how that is like way too much blush right here? Where's my palette? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a really big fluffy brush like this, and I'm just gonna buff it. and diffuse that. So oh, it's so pretty. If you still think like, or if you still feel like there's too much blush, which doing this really shears it out nicely, so I really like this. But if you feel like there's too much blush on your face, you can take a fluffy brush like this and just buff it and diffuse it. But if you think you still have too much, just take your foundation brush. Like if this was my foundation brush, I would just kind of go like this with the residual foundation. A sponge, you can go like this. Like you can go like this. Kind of clean it up, tap it over. Yeah, that's fine. So don't, you know, if you get too much blush, who cares? Buff it. Oh, wow. Okay, I actually was really, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I was actually really worried about this pamplemousse color. I thought it was gonna be too dark because my cheeks already are red. Like my face is pretty red. So I like to stick to lighter blushes or bronzers, or like orangey blushes, or like really light blushes like the Rosé Spritz. Oh my gosh, but this one is just stunning. It is so pretty. Okay, so 3 blushes. I use them all. I like them all. They just glide on. It's just stunning. Okay, so now to the highlighters. Prosecco Pop. I put it along my cheekbones, a little bit on my nose and right here, and I don't know, I put a tiny bit up here with whatever was left on the brush, so I don't actually know if anything showed up. But oh my gosh, y'all, I was kind of worried about Prosecco Pop. I thought it was gonna be like way too gold or like too yellow, which I don't know, I love that type of color, but for a highlight, I didn't know if it would, you know, be as like bing. I don't know, I can't describe it. But it's really not. It's just, it's so pretty. Yeah, I mean, you saw the demo. You saw that like with just, I could probably apply a little bit more. You saw that just with one swipe. It just is so nice. Like, it's just such a beautiful color. And I honestly thought I wasn't gonna like any highlighter more than Champagne Pop. I actually really like Prosecco Pop, so I'm so happy I got this. I know this palette is in super high demand. I remember seeing Jacqueline's Snapchat and it was like, oh, surprise, like we're releasing it because it was a Sephora launch party or something, and I was like, what? And I didn't check my Snapchat for like an hour, and then I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, so I went straight. Actually, I downloaded the Sephora app to order it, but it was sold out, and it was like, it sold out in an hour. So on the day that it launched, I was not near a computer, and so I kept on like refreshing my phone, and I had to like order it on my phone, put in my card information and stuff on my phone. So I was really stressed that it wasn't gonna work because the place I was at didn't have very good internet, so I was kind of really stressed. But honestly, like excuse me, I set an alarm for 11 o'clock because I think that's what time it released here. And I was like, excuse me. So I had to go order it. It took me like 15 minutes with the internet and stuff, and then I came back, it was fine. So I'm so happy I got both of these. The way I feel is you don't need both. Like, you honestly, you don't need either. You don't need them. Like, no one needs like makeup, you know? But if you already have colors like this, which I'm sure they're dupable, then you don't actually need the palette. Definitely, I would recommend this face palette as well. So let's just go ahead and say it. I would recommend both of the things I got, but I just, the packaging, I know, like, it's so pretty, and it's not like, it's not just the packaging. It's everything about this. It's, first of all, looks, you're attracted to looks, the packaging, okay? You open it up. It is such a nice mirror. Like, this mirror is really good quality. And the blushes, I love that they're so different, yet all wearable. I love both highlighters. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you have been like wanting the Becca by Jaclyn Hill collection, whenever it comes in stores, you should just go get it. And I think it's gonna definitely sell out in stores too. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful in some way, and I will see you later. Bye.